Welcome to American Dream TV. Today we're in Gatesville, Texas, kicking off with a story that's full of heart and horsepower. Meet Shana Thoms. She's a Canadian turned Texas cowgirl. She's an extraordinary woman who boldly stepped into the world of large veterinarian practice. This is a field where few women had boldly gone before. She's not only a vet, she's a mom, a wife, and a trailblazer, showing us grit and grace in the Texas outdoors. After we interview Shana, I'm going to show you a beautiful 4,500 square foot luxurious home located in Jonesboro, Texas. This property is extraordinary, and it's got a high-end animal breeding facility as well. Shana, your place here is gorgeous. So when we were talking earlier, you were telling me that you always wanted to be a veterinarian. And you know, I think everybody, I know my brother, he was like, I'm gonna be a vet, and there's so many, but you actually made that happen.
For sure. When I was little, and I always had a fascination with animals, and I grew up in a very small rural town in Canada. So I decided, as soon as I could talk, really, I said, I want to be an animal doctor. And I spent the rest of the time trying to get to that position. You always knew you wanted to do it. You graduated from college, and that was kind of like your first real job. That was my first real job. Right? Was in mixed animal practice, seeing whatever came my way. We're horribly overworked as newbies in veterinary medicine. And in all honesty, I was one of the first female large animal practitioners in the area. So I had a little bit to overcome with the fact that most people wanted to deal with the practice owner who was an old cowboy man. Yes. And I was not. I had some of that to overcome with our local client base, but I think I did a fairly good job. It was always a matter of stepping onto a place and being judged, and then having to prove myself that I was capable of doing the job that a man could do. So Pig is pretty famous in the community and with my clients. He's 9 years old, and he weighs about 400 pounds. My husband caught him in a dip net down by the river as a wild piglet, and then my kids bottle raised him. And so he thinks he's a dog and a member of the family, and even though he is, basically a feral hog.
So I think this is the perfect spot to talk about romance.
For sure.
Yeah, so tell us about your story. You kind of got up to the point of young vet and getting into the world of men's business.
Right.
And then
I met an American that we decided we would try to build our lives together, and we had some options. He found this place when I had actually gone back to Canada to have my first baby, and he was like, listen, I found this place. and I was like, okay. And so he bought this fabulous ranch, and knowing that we would, be very, very happy here. And we moved here when Katrina was 6 weeks old.
And how old is she now?
She is 21. So we've lived here for that length of time. Yeah. And it has been an American dream.
Well, this has been so fun, and thank you so much for letting us see your life and your experience, and just
made me examine things a little bit, so that to be able to answer some of your questions, I had to go back and think about it, right? Which sometimes I think we don't do as often as we should. Yeah. Go back and think about, how did I get from there to here, and what happened along the way.
Yeah. It's very inspiring. You gotta love Texas. That was so fun with Shana. So now, as promised, I'm gonna show you this 4,500 square foot luxurious property, and you're never gonna guess what's in the back. This is a beautiful 4,500 square foot home. You've got an extra guest home on the property. There's guest living quarters. You've got this beautiful outdoor entertaining area. Balcony off the back. It's beautiful. You're gonna love it. Okay, so as I said, wait till you see what's in the back. You've got this state-of-the-art dog breeding facility back here. It's got grooming, it's got an office, it's got a kitchen, it's got everything. Wow, what a fun and exciting and adventurous day in Gatesville. From Shana's inspiring story to that beautiful home. Until next time, we'll see you on American Dream TV.